world, he's hoping to pass on his year-long carbon-busting experience to an Indian ethical man.
Last March, my family and I were ordered to go green when I was made the BBC's ethical man. We did everything we could to cut our carbon emissions, from changing the light bulbs to banning holiday flights. We even got rid of the family car. In 1 year, we cut our carbon footprint by 20%. Last month, my year as ethical man came to an earthy end. I was composted. But a fragment of my ethical self remains. I managed to salvage my tie from the worms, and I'm putting it back on because I'm worried. The UK produces just 2% of global carbon emissions, so my family's carbon cuts will only count if other countries make cutbacks too.
I turn my camera on.
So now I'm on a mission.
Which is why I've come here to India. India now has more than 1 billion people and recently became the 4th biggest producer of greenhouse gases on Earth. I want to find out what ordinary people here make of my experiment in ethical living. I'm here to create an Indian ethical man. Cello, cello.
Let me guess, you're wondering how I got to India. Well, since I'm not officially ethical man anymore, I can fly. The question is whether this report will be worth the carbon cost. And only you can be the judge of that. Meet George. He's 35 and runs his own advertising agency. He earns £15,000 a year, putting him at the top end of India's burgeoning middle class. He's got a car and a driver, Abdul. He's got a flat in a nice part of Mumbai where he lives with his wife Binny, his son Alan and his newborn baby girl. George is enjoying good times and they're set to get better. 50 million people in India are now officially middle class. In 20 years' time, they're expected to be 500 million. Well, I'm about to meet George for the first time, and his life is going to change because I'm going to give him an ethical makeover. Hi, George.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well.
Oh, sorry.
How are you? Very good to meet you, George.
Yes, nice.
Can I come in?
Yes, very much.
But there are a few surprises in store for me.
Yeah.
Let me have a look at your light bulbs. Well, you've got some energy efficient light bulbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those all are energy efficient.
Are they all energy efficient already?
Yes.
George, you're already thinking ethically. You know, my work's almost done.
This was put on just some time back.
But as I discovered as ethical man, light bulbs are the easy bit. Because the professor's taking away our car. I showed George some of the privations my family has suffered. He may be laughing now.
That's my car.
So this is your car?
Yeah.
George's car is his greatest carbon indulgence, almost half of his entire carbon footprint. See what it's like.
I'll take you around.
India is one of the fastest growing car markets on earth. Over 1 million cars are sold here every year, most of them to first-time buyers, like George.
This is my first car. I've taken it basically from a point of view, nobody had owned a car in the house.
Your family have never had a car?
Never had a car basically. So I had the opportunity to buy a car. I bought it.
And now I'm going to take it away.
No way, I'll not do it.
But couldn't you use public transport instead of using
I cannot
the
go
car?
to a client basically in a tattered condition with sweats all across the place, my shoes tattered, the stains on my pants. I cannot go to a client meeting in that kind of a situation.
But if everyone in India
all the more than 1 billion people who live in India
Yeah.
went and bought a car,
Yeah.
the environmental consequences would be disastrous.
It's our time. A time basically where people are enjoying the riches.
In India.
How can you ask them not to do it?
Well, you're saying that we've had our time in the West.
No, we have. It's our time. We need to live.
It may be India's time, but most Indians still live in poverty. This